Hey guys, what's up, and welcome to a new video. So, I have sort of a random topic that I just thought of the other day, mostly just because I get this question asked to me a lot of times while I'm streaming and stuff, and I figured it might be something interesting that you guys might want to listen to while you're playing RuneScape or whatever. And I see how well I can commentate while doing Slayer. This task isn't extremely focused or anything like that. It's pretty much just AFK, click on the kin every so often. But the topic for today is, I get the question asked to me a lot, what order should I do my skills in if I'm going for max and I don't really have much progress done so far, or I've only done maybe like one or two skills, like what would be a good order to do my skills in? And I have some pretty good information for anyone who's curious about that. I can tell you guys, what order you should do certain skills and what skills don't really matter when you do them. So I guess I'll just start from the beginning and I'll try to see if I can put on some, I guess just text on the screen so you guys can keep track of it also if you want to look at it and get more info. I'll probably also just put some notes in the description as well if you want to read through that, so you can get it all in one picture rather than just trying to take notes from what I'm saying or whatever if you don't remember. So who knows how long this video will go. I'll try to keep it as short as I can, but it's already been a minute and I haven't even said anything interesting yet. So probably the first thing you want to do when you start an account, I'm just going to start from the beginning, is do thieving, because with thieving you can start right when you right when you spawn in Lumbridge. You can start pickpocketing men, and then you get your thieving up, and you may as well just get yourself straight to 91 thieving. You have to do the feud quest at some point, but doing 91 thieving right off the bat gets you about 2 mil coins if you do blackjacking, and it's extremely fast and it's a nice one to just have done. You don't really need any combat stats for it. You can blackjack as a level 3. You can even do the feud quest as a level 3. So that's probably where I would start. Get 91 thieving, don't do any more than that, because after that you want to do pyramid plunder and you want to have a lot higher stats before you do pyramid plunder. But starting off with thieving is a good choice because you get some money to start off with that you can use to put towards other things and just have a base to go off of. And then after that, I would say go for hunter. You might want to do some questing in between. Whenever you can do quests, you want to do them. As soon as you get the skill recs for a quest, you want to do it. Because you do want to get quest point cape. It is pretty much efficient, I would say anyways, to do quest point cape, since you need it for achievement diaries, and those make a pretty big difference in your XP and even give XP just for completing them. So yeah, do quests whenever you possibly can, even like when you first start. Before you go past Lumbridge, just do all the quests around that area and work towards your quests as you're going along. Another reason to do quests as soon as you can is because most of them give experience rewards, and the lower your level is when you get those experience rewards, the more useful it is, because the more levels it gets you. Lower your level, the slower your XP rate is. So having more XP at that level is obviously more important. So basically just do quests whenever you can, and then as I said earlier, you probably want to do hunter pretty early on too, because the only thing you really want for hunter to be gaining efficient XP is a decent range level to be able to shoot chins. So you might want to work on range a little bit, I guess. But that really wouldn't be too difficult. Just get yourself maybe like 40 range, and you'll probably be set with chinning. I mean with hunting chins. And having a low combat level can actually be an advantage when you're hunting chins, because there are fewer PKers. I would say generally it's less dangerous. And just get 99 hunters straight off, and that'll get you like 60-70 mil right now with current prices, and that's a really good way to start off your account, because you have money to work with, and you can actually have some have some capital to do other things with, which is going to be really helpful. After that, I would say get yourself to about 90 plus cooking, and do this before fishing. And fishing is the first skill. Well, actually, I guess the second skill I'd recommend getting to 99 after hunter. But you want to have high cooking before you start fishing, because generally at least in this video, I'm going to be assuming that people are trying to be as efficient as they possibly can be. And with 3-tick fishing, your cooking level actually does affect your success rate of making the fish into roe or caviar. So I would say get at least like 90, maybe even just like 97 or 98 cooking, because you will get like a bit over 1 million cooking XP if you 3-tick all the way to 99 fishing. And then after that, you just want to do 99 fishing, and the reason you want to do fishing early on is because it gets you like 1.2 million or 1.1 million agility and strength experience if you do barbarian fishing, and also if you 3-tick, it gets you about the same amount in cooking. And that gets you straight to around 74 agility and 74 strength. So that comes in handy quite a bit. Skipping all the low level agility is really good, and you definitely want to do it before you do 99 agility, just because it saves you quite a bit of time, and you get to skip all the lower level courses. And after you're done with fishing, that's a good couple 100 hours, so that'll take you a bit of time. But it is definitely a good one to get out of the way early on. I always tell people start off with fishing or hunter, just because after you do fishing, you can move on to agility, and agility is another one you want to have done early on. However, these days with achievement diaries, there are quite a few things that you want to do before, like quite a few of the diary, specific parts of the diaries you want to do before you get specific skills to certain levels. So before you actually get yourself any more agility XP, you want to complete the Kandarin hard diaries, and the reason you want this is because with these you unlock the ability to change your Camelot teleport location to Seers Village, and this makes it so that the Seers Village agility course is the fastest agility XP until level 90 agility, and this is because you can teleport at the end of each lap, and you can get nearly 60k an hour, about 58k an hour I believe is the XP rate of doing that. So it's extremely fast XP for that level, but you need to complete the Kandarin hard diary to be able to actually use this. So that's really, really important for agility. It saves you quite a bit of time. Otherwise, you're going to be doing courses that are maybe like 40, 50k an hour, and then 80 plus for Lekka is like 55k or so. So it ends up saving you a good amount of time if you do that. And then you want to complete the Ardoin Elite before you do 90 to 99, because Ardoin Elite gives you 25% more Marks of Grace. So you may want to save agility. I would, like before diaries, I would say do agility straight off as soon as you finish fishing, because agility is really useful for quite a lot of skills. I mean, anytime that you're running, agility is helpful. But nowadays it is a bit more efficient to do other things first. But that's another thing with achievement diaries. You want to do the achievement diaries as soon as you possibly can. You want to complete all of the achievement diaries because, I mean, in total to actually complete the achievement diaries, just the time spent completing the tasks, it's somewhere around 18 hours, and you get 875,000 experience worth of lamps. And if you put that into runecrafting, that saves, I don't even know, quite a bit of time, especially if you use them after you get 91. That gets you, I don't know, like over 20 HP, I think like 25 to 30 HP, somewhere in there. So it ends up actually being efficient, like time-wise, completing the tasks. Maybe not efficient if you consider the time it takes to get other items such as the KQ head and Barbarian Assault rolls, stuff like that. But also you have to consider the rewards you get from achievement diaries, which save you quite a bit of time. If you have any kind of completionist motives like I do, then you'll want to complete that kind of stuff anyways, so I would definitely recommend to do that. But a few other things just before you do specific skills. You definitely want to complete the Varrock easy before you do any mining past level 15, because Varrock easy is when you get the mining effect on iron ore, where you can have a 10% chance of getting 2 iron ores with full XP instead of 1 for mining. And you want to do iron ore until level 80 mining to be efficient. And then from 80 to 99 you want to do granite and sandstone at the quarry. And in order to get the effect to work on granite and sandstone, you have to complete the medium Varrock tasks, so definitely do those before you do 80 to 99 mining. But mining is another one that you want to get done early on, because you want to have agility in mining to at least level 98, if not 99, before you do runecrafting, which is another one you want to have done early on, I would say. But the reason you want to have mining and agility done before runecrafting is because the obstacles in the abyss require mining and agility levels, and the higher your mining and agility, the higher your success rate, which means the faster runecrafting XP rate you're going to be getting. However, from 99 runecrafting you do get about 300,000 or maybe even 350,000 XP in both mining and agility, just from going through the obstacles, because you do get 25 experience each time you go through. So you may want to actually give yourself about 350k XP off of 99 agility and mining rather than finishing the skills, because you will have, I guess, a 99% success rate instead of a 100% success rate. But if you think about it, 350k agility XP, that's a good almost 6 hours, and same with mining, about 5 hours of mining. So in total that saves you about 12 hours, and it definitely wouldn't take away 12 hours just to have a 1% worse success rate in the abyss. So that's definitely something that you probably would want to do. A lot more things with diaries. You want to have the Falador Elite completed before you do any Slayer or farming, at least as far as trees for farming. And for Slayer, the reason you want to have it done is because you get the Falador Shield, which has Restoration to Prayer, and obviously using quite a bit of Prayer with Slayer. And also the Falador Diary affects farming, because with the Falador Elite, you have the Gardener that protects your Falador tree 100% of the time, so it saves you a little bit of money. You want to have the Fremennik hard done before you do 99 runecrafting, and this is because you can use the Recharge Dragonstone spell, which saves you a good bit of time rather than having to run to the Heroes Guild or go to the GE and charge your glories by selling them and buying them, which ends up losing you a bit of money also. You want to have the Lumbridge Draynor diaries done before you do 99 Slayer, so you want to have a quest cape before you even do Slayer. The reason for this is because you unlock a 5th block once you complete the Lumbridge Draynor diaries. And you want to do quite a bit of quests before doing any Slayer anyways, because at 200 quest points you get your 4th block, at 150 you get 3rd, at 100 you get 2nd, etc. So the more blocks you have, the better your Slayer will be overall, which is pretty important. And another thing with Slayer, you want to have Western Provinces Elite done before you get any Slayer past 93. You have to have 93 Slayer to complete the Diaries, but once you do that, you'll get 15 points from each Nieve task rather than 12. Which makes quite a big difference in the long run, and definitely solidifies the fact that Nieve is a lot better to use than Duradel in pretty much any situation. You also want to have the Fremennik Elite done before you do Slayer. It's not really a necessity, but if you are going to do the Achievement Diaries, you may as well do this. And the reason for this is because, at least if you're using Nieve, you get assigned Trolls, and you can use the Lyre and change the teleport location of the Enchanted Lyre to go to Jatizso, rather than to the center of Ruleka. That saves you a small amount of time for each Trolls task, because you can go right to Jatizso, and the Trolls that you kill, the Ice Trolls, are just a bit north of there, and a little bit less time running. That's a very small thing, but I figured I'd include everything that I could find, just so you guys have a full picture. Before you do at least 80 to 99 mining, you want to complete the Desert Elite. And this isn't a necessity, and it doesn't actually speed up your XP, but it saves you, I guess, a little bit of hassle. The reason for this is because with the Elite Desert Amulet, it acts as infinite water skins, so you don't need to bring water skins in your inventory, and that just makes mining a little bit less of a headache. So that's a good one to have done also. And you want to do the Desert Elite before you do any Pyramid Plunder, which you should only do after 91 Thieving anyways. But the reason for this is because you get more charges on your Pharaoh Sceptre, and this makes it a little bit easier to do also. Once again, not a huge effect on XP rate, but I guess kind of a quality of life type thing, and maybe it makes you have to bank a little bit less, I would say, because you don't really need to take the things in your inventory beforehand, since you can have 8 charges on your Sceptre, which lasts you quite a long time. And you actually want to have you want to do quite a few things before you do 99 Slayer. Mauritania Elite you get the Bone Crusher from, and if you use the Bone Crusher all the way to 99 Slayer, it'll probably get you somewhere in the region of about 300 to 500,000 per XP, which isn't a huge deal. I mean, it's maybe only like an hour of prayer saved, but it also saves you a decent amount of money as well, maybe a couple of mil for the 500k per XP. And if you're going to do all this stuff again, if you're going to do all this stuff anyways, once again, it's like, why not do that if you can? Just save yourself time and money. In the long run, it does add up. If you do a lot of small things, it becomes kind of a big thing. And the last thing I have as far as diaries that really affect your skilling is Karamja Elite. This is another very small thing, but with Karamja Elite you can get into the Hardwood Grove for free, rather than having to pay the 100 trading sticks, which means a small amount of money saved, and also you don't have to take anything in your inventory, I guess, when you're going down there. That's another thing that really doesn't matter that much, but it's still kind of nice. Once again, if you're going to have it done, may as well do it before you do woodcutting. And then after you have all of this stuff done, you'll probably have a lot of high stats anyways. I haven't gone to the extent of calculating figuring out exactly what stats you'll need for all of this stuff, but this is kind of just a general guideline for anyone who wants to kind of think about the question and maybe get some good info if you are going for max. But after this, you definitely want to finish 99 agility before doing anything else, really. 99 agility is just really useful to have, because anytime you're running around, it affects your run restoration, means you need to use less potions and you can last a bit longer when you're running. And then after that, I would just go ahead and finish off 99 mining, because you want to have mining and agility done before RC, as I said before, or at least get yourself to level 98, 350k or so off of 99, and you'll be set. Maybe a little bit less nowadays. Well, actually, no, I don't think so, because you still would only do 91 to 99 with the Abyss. Other than that, you wouldn't be getting any mining or agility XP. And then, you want to finish off your runecrafting, and you do want to make sure that you have decent defense level before you runecraft. I would recommend, before you even do Quest Cape, maybe get around 80 in all melee skills from Nightmare Zone. You can just AFK there quite easily, and the reason for this is because there are a lot of quest bosses, and it's a bit more efficient if you have higher combat stats before you do this. And also, according to CML anyways, you actually only need to be about 83 in melees before you start Slayer, because according to them anyways, you get about 2.8 million XP under all the melees if you only do Slayer. So you may as well do that earlier on, so you have higher combat stats earlier before Slayer. And also it's nice for runecrafting and questing. And then once you're done with runecrafting, if you actually do fishing, agility, mining, and runecrafting, you'll be about 50% of the way to max time-wise at this point, which is pretty crazy to think about. You've done 499s and you're actually about halfway there. But as far as time, runecrafting, mining, and agility, and fishing are all quite long skills, and it does end up adding up to being about that. So After that, I guess you kind of have smooth sailing for the most part. You do have Slayer, which is a bit of a slower one, but overall XP is quite fast. You know, it's about 200k XP per hour. For Slayer, all things considered, it's just about 40k or so, if you're just considering the Slayer XP. But before you do Slayer, you want to make sure you also have 99 Prayer. And the reason for this is just prayer pot efficiency. The higher your prayer level, the more prayer points each potion restores. So you may as well get that done if you're going for max, and you'll have plenty of money after Runecrafting to get that. No reason not to, really. And it might be take you maybe like 30 hours to get 99 Prayer. I don't know. It's not a huge long 99. And then you want to do Slayer. I would say do Slayer before some other skills, just because you know, I guess it's nice to be maxed combat, and also having the harder skills done earlier, or I guess the slower skills done earlier, makes it easier at the end to finish it off. And basically any other skill that I haven't listed doesn't really matter that much when you do it. Most of the Bibles, it really doesn't matter when you do them, as long as you have enough money, obviously. But as far as fletching and magic, both of those skills, you shouldn't spend any actual time training them. Besides fletching, maybe a little bit at lower levels, but as far as fletching, you probably will get a decent level just from quest experience and stuff like that. But with fletching, you want to actually be making darts the whole time that you're doing a few skills, and you'll get to 99 fletching just by doing that. So if you fletch darts while doing Slayer, fire making, and mining, I think you'll probably get 99 fletching in that time, maybe even just while doing Slayer. And the reason that I say these skills is because you can fletch between attacking monsters, you can fletch between lighting logs, you can fletch between mining ticks, and you can also do fletching while doing woodcutting and fishing. But you have to do woodcutting and fishing a bit less efficiently because you can't 3-tick while you're fletching. So if you're planning to do 3-tick woodcutting or fishing, then you don't want to do fletching during those skills. So I'd recommend doing it during Slayer and fire making and mining first. And if you have to get any more XP, then you would have to do it during fishing and woodcutting. But most likely that would get you 99 fletching, and so you wouldn't have to spend any extra time doing fletching. And then with magic, from doing smithing, I think you'll get the level 4 magic imbue, and then from there on, level 82 magic. From 82 to 99, you can just do magic imbue while doing lots of other skills. You can do it during agility, which is, I think, around like 4 million XP that you get from doing it during agility, or like 3 or 4 million. And you can do it while doing thieving and pyramid plunder. You can do it while doing smithing, which is a bit of XP, and you can do it while doing woodcutting, mining, fishing. Basically any skill where you can bring a steam, battle staff, and runes with you, you can cast magic imbue and easily get yourself to level 99 magic just doing that without spending any extra time training magic. And skills specifically that do not matter when you do them as long as you have the money: crafting, herbal, or construction, most of cooking I guess you want to do before, but any extra cooking, fire making, farming. The only things you want to really do those after is runecrafting and hunter, because you want to have money first before you spend the money on the Bibles. But I would say probably just leave those for last because they're quite easy skills, and you may want to get the harder ones done first, and you want to make sure you have the money to do them before you're trying to do them, so you're not doing really like slow and efficient methods for Bibles. So it's quite a bit of information that I've been throwing at you guys, but this is about all I could think of for this topic. So hopefully this has been kind of interesting to you guys, something good to listen to while you're gaining XP, and hopefully it answers some questions that you guys might have. This obviously isn't perfect, and if you have any suggestions, feel free to leave a comment below. Any criticisms, general comments, I guess, put them in the comment section. I'd be very interested to read what you guys have to say about it. But I think I probably will link people to this video and my stream in the future if they ask this question. I guess it is a bit long, but it covers everything as comprehensively as I really can. So yeah, I guess that's about all I have for this video, guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed it, and I will see you soon with more videos and streams.